being a content creator, there's gonna be like lots of things that you're not gonna want to deal with in your meantime, and that's exactly what Keemstar has been dealing with in these past couple of days. Even getting to the point where he's literally just getting drunk on stream and just starts banning his own community because of it. Within the past few days, Keemstar has been absolutely losing it on Lolcow Live with Boogie and Wings, to the point where Boogie is actually absolutely losing it on Keemstar. And just as an FYI, originally this was going to be like a one-part video, but then they streamed again tonight when I'm recording this, and then Boogie just absolutely lost it on Keem and basically just partially exposed him for his ignorance towards the Lolcow Live community, and him just being a dick in general.
Again, we're going on the fifth.
He's a
we're
member
going
of the
on the.
community that needs help, man.
I know, but this is like the fifth time that we've plugged him, bro. Like, at what point are we gonna do it tomorrow too? We're gonna do it the next day too?
I mean, it's up to you. It's your choice. Like I said, it's a request. Like I just
From
requested
you
to put it on the docket.
for like the last 7 shows.
I'm a soft heart liberal.
Okay, I don't mean to be a dick, but like, how many times are we plugging this guy's GoFundMe for his foundation
until he reaches the goal? I mean, like, there's no other reason why he would keep asking you guys. It's not like he's just begging for money. It's like he needs it this badly because he has a fucking wife and kids, and he needs a house. So I mean, that's probably why he keeps asking you, Keem. You're in that much of a dire situation where you have homeless and you have kids to feed and all this other shit. That's probably why he keeps asking. I don't know why, like, for the course of the last few days, Keemstar hasn't been thinking about that, but whatever, I guess. Okay, Keem.
Like, we played a fucking video of the guy's, like, house. Remember, we showed you his house and the damage. We played it, and we put the link, and we fucking pinned it. At what point are you, like, at what point is Big Homie like, thank you guys so much, I really appreciate it, and that's it? No more, hey, can you put the link out there again? Can you do it again, bro? Can you just one more time? I know we're going on our fucking 8th show, but could you link the GoFundMe again? At what point do you appreciate what has been done, little homie? Cause you're little boy, bro. You're little boy. I'm going to have to big boy you right now on some man shit, bro. At what point do you stop DMing Jordy for us to put the link? If you're $700 away, that means that this motherfucking show has brought you 85% of the way to the fucking goal, bro. 85%.
Before where he's at 1,881 out of 5,000. It was at 1,000 before we.
Well, now you're giving me false information. Now you're just giving me false information. Now you're making.
I'm not giving you false information. I can show you. Like
No, look, I know lots of people are saying about this whole situation that like Keem is just being like a bit insufferable, and which he is about this whole situation, which I can understand that like why Keem feels this way, but at the same time like he's just handling it the completely wrong way, especially doing like this outburst in front of 3,700 people at the time. Long story short, of like this whole rant, because he goes on and on and on, which I'm gonna get to in a minute here. But just the whole sum up of it, like at the end, everyone was talking about, like in chat, like saying oh hey, you know, Keem is a bit like, Keem is right. Some people are like, no, he's not, because like Keem is like having like some reasonable thought here, saying that like why isn't Big Homie, which is the name of the dad that's watching the show, that needs the money, who set up the foundation and is asking for it, and he's like, Kim is like, you know, he's never said thank you, and then like, you know, like he's been like begging us, which is understandable, right? Like I will admit, like that is a bit weird that he's not thanking you, and he just keeps running off and not being like, okay, oh hey, thanks. When you have someone that's in a dire situation, and when they're like that close to their goal, at that point you can't really say no. Even though Wings just said that like you know, like, and that like, you know, like he's not that far away from the donation, then he's not, because apparently like it glitched out like from 2 weeks ago, what the fuck ever. But like when it gets to the point where someone is that like close to the goal, at like, even if they're like just begging or not, at that point just let it happen. Just put it up again for a few more streams, and then you'll be done with it. I don't know why Keem is making such a big deal out of it. It doesn't make sense to me. Like he handled this a completely wrong way. Like maybe he's incredibly busy. Maybe that's why he hasn't been texting or saying thank you. Like maybe he's busy doing something. Like maybe with the house. Maybe he's busy trying to like fucking get supplies to like rebuild his house and trying to like maybe he's busy or maybe he's just busy doing some other shit in general, because don't forget he is a dad with with children. Don't forget that, and he has a wife alongside him, I believe, and forget that. So I don't think Keem, like, at the same time I feel like I know what Keem is saying here, but at the same time he's just like being arrogant about it and just not understanding it fully, or like thinking of other prospects of why Big Homie can be is being like a bit weirder about the whole situation as well, along with Keem. Like arguably on both sides, like they're both wrong. Because like why isn't Big Homie like saying like oh hey thank you, and then Keem is just lashing out on him in like the most insane way publicly in front of 3,700 people. Entirely, it's just a bit absurd in my opinion. It's nuts. But then Keem makes an absolutely wild comparison and argument because chat was criticizing him, saying that he was a bit of an asshole, and like some people were agreeing with him, like I've already said already. But he makes an argument that is a bit, in my opinion, like rather insane and just like obscure, like comparing to like what this person needs and like what other people have done with him in the past, like asking him for things. Just listen to this insane argument, in my opinion.
It's happened to me, dude. Every Christmas I buy my fans, well, I used to, I don't know if I did it last Christmas, but every Christmas I would buy fans gifts, Christmas gifts on fucking Twitter. I'd be like, what do you want? People would be like, I want a $60 game. Bam. I'd DM them and give them the game, right? Now I have all these DMs open with these people that I bought Christmas gifts for. There's always, out of like the 10, 50 people that I fucking bought shit for, there's always a few of them will DM me a couple months later and be like, yo, Keem, I want an Xbox. Could you hook me up? You are getting fucking blocked, permanently blocked, you piece. Are you fucking kidding me? Last Christmas, I went out of my way and bought you something, and you're going to hit me up and ask me for something? Another thing? You ungrateful piece of fucking garbage. Go fuck. I'm not drunk. I'm just telling you the way the world is, bro.
Like, what? Like just what, bro? Like there's no way he's making this comparison. You cannot compare someone asking you for an Xbox to someone being in a extremely dire situation of being homeless with kids and a wife, possibly a wife. I don't know if he has a wife or not, but you cannot compare those two things at all. Like you can't do it when you have someone who is in a completely like dire situation, and secondly, I forgot to make this point a few minutes ago, but like no one knows what situation this dude is in, so maybe like there's like another reason why he's asking like constantly, because you don't know what's in like what situation this dude is in, like when he's offline, not asking Keem and Boogie and Wings like you know, like to just ask like for all this shit, right? You can't compare those two things. You can't do it. Now I know some people are gonna say that like William, like that's not the point. The point is that like people are like the point that Keem is trying to make is that like you know, it's not about like what a person wants. It's just like, you know, like when someone is constantly asking for it and he's like being taken advantage, and like someone taking advantage of you, it's not about of like what they want, but like, which I get that, right? But like honestly, like I just said, like this point counter fits this in my like it trumps this. We don't know what this person's situation is, right? We have no idea of like who he is exactly as a person, but all we know is that he has kids and a wife and is in a dire situation and is like very, very close. So he's eager to get the $700, like the potential $700 that he needs left in order to actually accomplish his goal. Like we don't know what situation he is in. So like at that point, if he's that close, like like in my opinion, like I already said, you might as well just give it to him. Like you're just making a big deal out of nothing here, Keem, in my opinion.
I got asked a question, and I know Big Homie was on here, but like he told me this is private. Like he inherited the house, So the house is paid for, being clear. Have you considered going to the bank and getting a bank loan against that and using the house as collateral?
He got
to
a
fix the
fucking
foundation?
free house.
Oh,
He
yeah,
got
that's
a
really
free
smart.
Bro, he got a free house and it got destroyed in the storm, and now we gotta fucking build the fucking house.
It's like that would be the first thing I would do.
didn't
is I'd
even
actually go
buy
to
the
bank
house.
and, like try to use the
Wings!
house as collateral.
So let me get this straight, all right? This guy was given this house and it gets destroyed in a storm, and now we're doing a GoFundMe for the house that he got for free.
Yes.
You painted this like this was this situation.
No. Let me say this, Dream. I was just given this information in the last 10 minutes.
So you were just given the information that you were basically scammed.
This is
That one here?
this is not even a situation where this guy worked his ass off and bought this house and now his house is ruined. It's not even a situation like that. He was given the fucking house. Given.
But why does that matter, though? I don't understand. Like regardless if he worked for the house or not, he's still in a dire situation. Like that is the point. At the same time, I can understand like what Keem is saying here, but at the same time, I don't. And like because like let me say this, okay? Like I get what Keem is saying when it comes to that, because like maybe this dude is just trying to like paint this whole situation out like as if like he worked so hard to get this house and like he built this whole empire, and he's just like using that as a method to like maybe get more money. Like that's what I think, like what Keem is saying. Like Keem didn't say that publicly, but like that's what I think about it. But like regardless, he is homeless and he needs a home. That is literally the whole point of this whole foundation. But like, even then, it doesn't really matter because the point is he is homeless. Period. The end. And he needs a home. That's the point. Now, you guys might have taken a mental note already that, like, Boogie kind of agrees with Keem here, but, like, the very next stream, he basically just switched up on him. At first, I was on the, like, same boat with Boogie, like, with the same mentality about this whole situation. Because at first, Boogie was like, you know what, I agree with Keem here, and, like, you know, I agree with the points he was trying to make. Maybe this guy is, like, being a sucker and like, just trying to use him, but then I did some thinking that like, you know what, no, Keem is, like mostly wrong about it. Like I just said, like the points I made already, we don't know what situation this guy is in. He has a family to take care of, and overall, he just needs a home in general. Like that is the point of the foundations, regardless if he worked for the home or not. So it doesn't really matter. And I guess Boogie did the same thinking I did, so W Boogie. But then the very next stream, like a few days later, Keem basically just went on a full rampage and just went on like an even worse like episode of just pure rage and anger, and he was basically also just drunk at the time, which Keem has a historic like fact of him as a creator of him just having drunk like lash outs and freak outs and obviously that's how alcohol makes people, but Keem has a really bad history of him doing it, and quite frankly, it's just even worse when he does it compared to other people. But yeah, now I'm basically just gonna go over like the next stream where Boogie was completely freaking out on Keem and was lashing out. So yeah, here's clips from the next stream, and there's a lot here compared to the last one. So yeah. Here we go with some more shit show, ladies and gentlemen. First, Boogie decides to have the person who lost his house on. It wasn't like on the street or anything. Like maybe he got his house back. I don't exactly know. It was never confirmed. But like he still needed some things fixed up, and maybe that's why he's in the house now. I don't know. I don't know if he ever got the house back or not, or if he's just like in someone else's home. I don't know. But it's important to take note that like he was there on a computer and doing shit. Maybe he had to buy a new computer because his house got destroyed in the storm, or he had to buy a new monitor or something, and that's why he's. I don't know. Boogie had him on, and the Wings and Boogie were asking him of like what is something embarrassing he could do like for more money, so that way they could promote him more. And then Big Homie said that like he would do anything and blah blah blah, and like you know. So here's that.
What is the most embarrassing thing you think you would do to raise money?
Whatever you ask me to.
Whatever we ask?
I don't care. As long as I can physically do it, you know?
As long as you can physically do it. So how about this, Big Homie? We're going to bring you back next week, in a week. Not the next show, in a week. We're going to run a poll on the community page of Lolcow Live and in our Discord, and we're going to come up with a thing that we want you to do, and we will give it to you next week. And in the week after that, we'll bring you back on again, and
God,
we will
we're
have you do
stretching
that
that.
thing.
I was stretching that like a fucking Fousey
Oh, yeah.
docket.
2 times, Keem might have a heart attack. You know.
Yeah. Well, Keem's fucking
Well,
gone, right? So, good news. We can do whatever the fuck we want. If I want to take a shit in my chair right now, I can do it. What's it going to do? Fire me? He's not here.
So that was the plan. Boogie and Wings has said that he can do the most embarrassing thing for money, and they'll have him on by next week. And he could make up his mind on whatever the fuck he wanted to do, right? But oh boy, were they wrong, because later, which we're gonna get to in a few minutes here, Keem absolutely lost it again, like later, and was just going on a drunken rage, flat out banning people, like I said already, and unfortunately, Big Homie was one of them. Before that, the Boogie was basically venting, saying how much he doesn't really like him, and he just works with him when it comes to like being on the show, because he thinks he's like a bully and is just overall like a very rude and obscure person. Like when it comes to like to just him as a person, like when he's drunk or not.
Yeah, that's how I know Keem is going through some shit right now, okay? And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's his man period. Maybe it's his middle age catching up with him. Maybe his Cybertruck starting to rust. I don't fucking know what the problem is, okay? What I do know is that the last 3 episodes, he was shitting the bed over the dumbest shit. But at the same time, he's like, we're building a community here. Join the Discord. Join the community. You can't have it both ways, man. You can't scream at your community and then fire them from a free position. Am I wrong?
Boogie's 100% correct. I mean, like, you can't build a community in the way that he's doing it. Hold on, let me turn my camera up. There we go. Like, Boogie is right. Like, you can't build a community when you're constantly shouting at people, like Keem has been doing for the past few streams, which I've been there for, because I'm a Lolcow Live fan in my perspective, and I'm just a fan of Lolcows in general because of how much of like a internet sensation they are and just the lore. But like, whatever, that's not important. Like, Boogie's correct. Like, you can't build a community when you're constantly shouting at people, and Keem has been doing that for the past few streams, which I've been there for. Can't build and like have a community that's gonna respect you and just have a viewer base that's gonna respect the show, but when you're constantly screaming and just like and just acting like a fucking hooligan towards your community because there's some things that's going on you don't like such as like the docket team, because like Lolcow Live has a docket team. Well, they'll put together some stuff that they'll go over in like certain streams, and Keem has been constantly complaining about that, saying how bad they are and blah 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 blah, and like all and saying on the same stream like, oh, TTS isn't working, blah 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 blah. He's just absolutely losing it, and like maybe he just needed like this day off from the stream and fucking drowsing himself in a beer factory somewhere. I don't fucking know. Like maybe he needed it that badly. Who the fuck knows, but hopefully Keem is feeling a little bit better. The more and more Keem does this, the more and more people are going to stop watching. So, I mean, I'm honestly, at the same time, I'm sad that Keem stepped back a bit because, like, he was a good part of the show. But at the same time, I'm not, because he's just being, like, such a dick lately. Like, you know? So it's kind of like 50-50 for me. So, I mean, and that's just on him. It's on him completely. Boogie then went on to talk about how much he is actually scared of Keem, and saying like of like how much like he's just scared of him as a person because of like how rude and obscure he can be at moments. But honestly, I think Keem is just being a bit absurd tonight because like for one, I mean like he's just being absurd in this stream because for one, he's fucking drunk as hell, and you'll see that guy, and you guys will see that in a minute here. And then Boogie was also talking about of how he has to be nice to the docket team, which is 100% true because Keem doesn't understand that like in a business prospect, like certain people can't be yelled at and actually and like certain people can't be yelled at to get to go do certain things. Keem is not exactly 100% wrong because like some people do run a business that way because like sometimes you do have to scream at people and say, hey, like get the shit done now. But like in this case, it's not working. Like some people can't operate like that, kind of like the Docket team. And ever since Boogie and Wings and like have been asking them nicely and been like, hey, you know, you guys got this wrong, do this better. Ever since the Docket team has gotten better, so I don't think Keem understands that like some people can't operate under his conditions sometimes, and sometimes Keem doesn't understand that he needs to switch certain things up when it comes to working with others. If you thought that like this couldn't get any worse, Keem then does the unthinkable to Big Homie.
Keem just banned Big Homie. What happened here?
What the fuck is wrong with you, Dan? What? I don't know. Listen, Keem, I don't know what's going on in your personal life right now that's making you extra fucking shitty. I don't know if you're having your fucking period. I don't know if you're pissing blood. I don't know what it is. But stop taking it out on our fucking community. Okay?
Keem is having that like bloody boy bussy. I mean, I don't really know like what's going on there, but I think I agree with Boogie here. Like I don't know what the fuck is going on with Keem, other than like he's just drunk off his ass, and I guess that's just how he copes on a regular basis. Because like as I said earlier, Keem has a historic of like amount of bullshit when it comes to him being drunk, and that's how we first became famous, like 17 years ago when he was playing Halo. But yeah, like Keem has a history of just being like just a complete drunk man, and that's just how we got popular. But I think this time we are 17 years later, and this time it's just really absurd to the point where we're just like banning people out of like his community because he's drunk off his ass, like swimming in a fucking like baby pool size full of beer. I don't know. Like this is Keem's decision. Then like a few minutes later, he decides to come in Discord and say how much he I guess hates Big Homie, and he just lets it all out in a drunken rage.
I hope your fucking house falls apart in a fucking hurricane. Fuck your foundation. Fuck everyone in your fucking home. You're fucking banned. Go scam someone else, motherfucker. I don't give a flying fuck. I am the big bad wolf, and I'm gonna huff and puff and blow your motherfucking house down. You a little homie. I'm the big homie now.
I will give it to Keem when I say this. That was pretty damn funny. But then, like, it's funny, but not for the right reasons, right? I've talked about many times before, like, when you make a joke, it has to be funny in good context, especially edgy ones, and that right there was a pretty good exception, so, I mean, I'll applaud Keem there. That was pretty fucking funny. I'm just gonna say this since this is on my mind. I know some people are gonna get mad at me when I say this, but I see so many people saying like if Keem is no longer gonna be on the show, like he hasn't been the past like 2 and 3 episodes when I'm recording this, people are saying that like I'm like oh I'm done watching if Keem's not gonna be here. Like so it really just shows like how fake some members of like this community like actually are. You claim you like the show and you want to watch the show because the show is entertaining, but then you leave when another person is not there. That's like you're not a true fan. That's like no longer listening to like a band that you used to listen to because a member left or died. It's shitty. Like you are not a true fan of a thing if you leave if another so-called thing leaves that other thing. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things, but shut up. You should know what I'm saying, okay? And I will admit, I do sound a bit hypocritical when I say that because I used to think the same exact thing, and I no longer don't. And I no longer don't. But, like, this show is entertaining no matter what. Like, honestly, ever since Keem left, but like, Keem is not dictating the episodes as much, and like, all the Lolcows can just go out at much and just scream at each other. And that's, like, the whole point of the show. It's for it to literally be shit. And I think that's what people, like, are misunderstanding, like, the show's original foundation. Like that's what Keem said at the beginning of the series, that he made the show to monetize the bullshit and the hate and the drama from lolcows such as Boogie 298 and Wings of Redemption and other lolcows that have appeared on the show. Like, that is literally the point of this entire show, is for it to be shitty and for everything to go wrong and to be entertained by it. Like, that is literally this whole show's foundation. And then people complain that, like, when shit goes wrong, then, like, oh, I don't want to watch because this issue's happening, and then this person's not going to be here. Like, it's supposed to be a shit show. That is the point of Lolcow Live. I don't know why so many people misunderstand that. Like, it's not a hard concept. It is Lolcow Live. Lolcows are going to be live. What are you expecting, dude? It doesn't make sense to me. Like, it truly pisses me off when I say, oh, Keem's no longer going to be here. Wing is no longer going to be here. Boogie's no longer going to be here, so I'm going to stop watching. Like, it's so stupid. Like, you are a bullshit fan. You are a fake fan of something if you decide to tune out because someone else isn't going to be there. Thankfully, Boogie said later on that he actually unbanned Big Homie and all the other people that Keem was banning in a drunken rage, so thank God for that. Wing said originally he was going to do it, but he says, quote, I like my mod powers, which I don't blame him. Because when you have someone who dictates way too much, such as Keem, I'm afraid like he would just fucking restrict everything from, from him. So I don't necessarily blame Wings here, because I know Keem can get certain, get really moody certain days. And that's what this entire show has proven, that Keem is also a lolcow as well, even though he denies it. But yeah, that's basically just like the whole Keemstar controversy recently on Lolcow Live within in its entirety. And like from what I've seen on the show, like I just said a few minutes ago, like this show really shows a lot of Keemstar fans that don't like the show because he's no longer gonna be there, and it's pretty fucking sad. And I see people like glazing Keem when he's like basically just picking on this homeless dude, so saying that like, yeah, W Keem, you're so base, Keem. I see that in chat, and it's just like you guys are garbage humans, dude. Like, sure, it was funny the way he said, "Hey, I'm the big bad wolf." That was funny, but like when you take that and you take the reason of what he's saying, you know. And like he's literally picking on a fucking homeless person and thinks he's scamming and accusing him. Something that big. And I find it like pretty scummy that Keem is also like throwing that word around so lightly, like saying he's a scammer. Like what proof do you have of that? There is none. Like that's the thing. Until there's like actual good proof, like there's nothing you can say about it, Keem. There's nothing, so I don't know why like you're throwing that word around so fucking lightly. It pisses me off. As I said, Keemstar is also a lolcow. He's like one of the most infamous lolcows on the internet. But like as everyone knows, Keem has a history of just getting drunk and off his ass and just acting like a complete oxymoron when it comes to just being on screen. Sometimes Keem can be very happy and jolly. Sometimes he can be very shitty because Brantley wasn't sucking his dick the night before. Like you never know. Pretty much a gamble every single time that like when Keem has a beer in his hand and a webcam in the other saying, hey guys, we're doing this today. So you don't know if he's gonna get drunk and start losing his shit or if he's just gonna be happy and jolly like fucking Santa. I mean, other than that, I'm honestly glad Keem is just stepping down because like maybe he needs it. His Wings was also saying how like Keem said he was like being burnt out and shit and like, you know, and so maybe Keem does need to step down from the show for a certain time period and then maybe he should come back on if he wants to. Like honestly, I think Keem just needs a break because like it's getting to the point where he's literally just lashing out on his own community and it's just overall just losing his shit because of it. So honestly, so maybe Keem can come back stronger than ever. But only time will tell. We'll see. Who knows? All we can do is just hope maybe he comes back. Like, who knows? Because Wings, Boogie, and Keemstar are like the ultimate trio, and we kind of need those three. I mean, like I don't really care if they necessarily if one person leaves for like a few days or permanently, but like those three people are like the infamous the trio of the show. I mean, and it's funny because I literally just said like, oh, you're a fake fan. But like what I'm saying is that like if you stop watching the show entirely because someone else isn't going to be there, you are a fake fan. Like me personally, I'm going to watch the show no matter what. Like no matter who is going to be there, as long as it's entertaining, like it has been for the past year. But like Keemstar, Boogie, and Wings are like the trio of the entire show, and we need them there. But hey, you know, whatever. Time will only tell. Hopefully the show doesn't die like people have been conspirizing for the past few months. Well, not a few months, I mean past few days, excuse me, because Keem left. I mean, to be fair, people have always been saying that, like, oh, the show's gonna die if this thing happens, and that's just how like some people in that community are. Some people are always conspirizing and just hoping on the show's downfall, even despite the fact that they literally pay memberships for the fucking show. So it doesn't make sense to me because like some people actually pay money, but yet they're like, oh, I hope this show fails. But it's just I don't even know. In conclusion, Keem, please take a break. Come back stronger than ever, bro. Please. Other than that, that's pretty much all I have to say. Follow me on Twitter. I tweet a bunch of random shit over there. Follow my Instagram. I post pictures of myself, or if I find something funny in my camera, I'll post something from my camera roll also. Now, like, re-upload stuff on my TikTok. Which, by the way, go follow my TikTok. I post a bunch of random mini commentaries and skits. They actually call mini commentary stitches. I just call them mini commentaries on TikTok. Don't ask why. I just do. Follow my Twitch. I'm gonna start doing some more like some more gaming content, and maybe some more next year, and like maybe a few more like before the end of the year this year. Join my Discord. It's dead. I like to have some people to talk to in there. And if I miss something, just follow everything below in the description. And other than that, that's pretty much all I have to say. See ya.